Hello, everyone. Welcome to Salty Sweet Games. Welcome to Against the Stars, a Burn Bryte campaign co-presented with Salty Sweet Games and Roll20. Super excited to be back here, back in the Olaxis Galaxy, in whatever shenanigans and wild things we get up to here. So yeah, very excited to be back. But before we get started, let's go through and do some quick channel things. First off, we want to give a shout out to Roll20. They are a virtual tabletop of choice. Obviously, they are also a co-producers for this show and also the publishers of Burn Bryte, the system that we are playing today. So literally, we would not be able to do the show without them. So please go check them out. If you are interested in playing games online, they're a great place to be. And they also support a bunch of cool indie TTRPG creators in the space. So we love them. They're great. They're awesome. Also, want to give a couple shout out to our sponsors. That include Dice Envy. If you like your physical dice, if you like those good click clacks, those chunky boys, we got them right here. Dice Envy is a company that makes dice, whether they're in plastic, metal, wood, or gemstone even. They have awesome new releases basically every couple of weeks. And you can use the code SaltySweet, all capital words, to, please don't eat them, to get 10% off of your order and also help support us. The most recent set is called Stepdaddy.
Stepdaddy. Yep.
It's
He's not
black and
here
gold.
to replace your real dad. He's just here.
He's just chilling, vibing. Go check them out. They're actually really nice dice. I die a little bit.
We are currently deceased.
Yeah, deceased. Yeah, and other sponsor as well is Grinding Coffee Co. They are a Black and LGBTQ owned coffee company. All of their brews are organic or otherwise fairly sourced. A portion of their proceeds go to charity, and they're delicious. They quite literally fuel this stream. Like the energy that is behind the production, that comes from coffee, and that comes from Grinding Coffee Co. So please go check them out and use the code SaltySweetGames, all caps one word, to get 13% off your order, and again, help support us that way. They also have really cool merch with a really cute skull with coffee bean eyes. It's great. So go check them out and check out that code. All right, a few other things. So as part of being Roll20's co-presenter and all that stuff, we are also partnering with them for their charity initiative to support Code 2040. Code 2040 is a nonprofit that helps Black and Latinx communities, specifically for technology space. So basically helping them get the equipment and the resources they need to do justice and push forward their communities in those spaces. We're really excited to be partnering with them like that. And for every $50 that we raise for Code 2040, we get to introduce a plot complication into the story. And for every $100 that is raised, we get to do a giveaway of the Burn Bryte starter pack, which gets you the game, a starter adventure, a bunch of maps and tile pieces and all that good stuff, and art packs. Basically everything you would ever need to run or play Burn Bryte, you get from that. So please go support that awesome charity, and again, help make cool stuff happen in here.
And we're only $50 away from another giveaway.
Yeah, so please, if you can't contribute, please just spread the word. Which, coming up, we've got a social goal. Basically, we go if you go to our Twitter account and you retweet our going live tweet for the show, and we hit 15 retweets, we unlock a weekly faction poll, basically where you get to help vote on which of the many, many people within the Olaxis Galaxy gets to move forward with their plots. We had some very interesting consequences for that last week, so it had impacts. So again, please go share that tweet if you can't donate, or if you just want to spread the word about this awesome show. We appreciate you that way.
We're one follower away from 1K on Twitter.
We're also one follow away from 1K on Twitter. So
it means nothing, but also it means everything.
it's moving to another digit. That's wild. That's so much.
I'm sending psychic messages through the camera.
Yes, thank you.
Also, everybody, this has no bearing on anything, but Zoom had an update, and now you can move the cameras around, and my life has become so much easier.
I mean, if you do production, now you know, because we just learned that tonight from the update, and it's amazing.
Amazing. Like I was ready to shed tears with Lauren. Truly.
Yes, Quail. Yes, you can do it.
As long as you update to the latest version of Zoom, you can do it. Last few things, we here on Salty Speak Games use safety tools. We believe that no matter what's happening to the characters within the story, we want the players to be having fun and being safe. And so you can check out the TTRPG Safety Toolkit. I just realized I haven't put in the content warnings. I'll do that real quick.
Wow.
Once the characters are being introduced. Listen.
Kienna Shaw? Sorry, no, I misspoke. Kienna Sunrise?
Fuck. Don't do this to me.
It's our channel. We can have weird inside jokes.
Yeah, we can. But no, I will upload the content warning so y'all know what to expect from this episode today. It'll be mostly chill, but better safe than sorry to put those anyways.
Oh, we hit it!
We hit it!
Oh, yay!
Hey!
Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much.
Just grabbing a screenshot of that.
Thank you, everyone. Okay. Hey, that's a lot of me talking. So I'm gonna let my players talk for a bit while I do stuff. So please, hello, Lauren, save me from my rambling.
I would love to save you. Do you want to recap?
I will do that after the character intros.
Oh, character intros. I was like, we're done, aren't we? Hi.
No. Who are we? We're really just here to support Kienna. We're like their cheer team.
True.
Entourage.
Usually, yes.
Beautiful term.
Oh, we need to follow 2 more people too, so we can be following 69. I'll take care of that later. Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren. I'm the salty half of this channel, and that salty ginger over on Twitter. I'm a professional GM and TTRPG content creator, and today I am playing Valla Celebralta. She, her, just like me. She's an Ulron, not like me, made entirely of crystal. It's awesome being me. I'm a pilot. I have a very, very bad Russian accent, and I look really good in a dress, as maybe one of the other characters might be finally noticing after all this time. Anyway, we should hop around. We should hop around to Jess. Hey, Jess, what's up? Who you play?
Oh, hi. Hi, hello. It's me. My name, Jess, but also sometimes. Here I am. Wallahlah oodles knees the last Telemo, a glean, of course. I am a Telemo, which means I have that beautiful purple reliquary. Of course, you know all about Glean, as you do. I often have been describing my tentacles. Technically, they are tendrils, and I move around with a mix of moving my tendrils and my beautiful feathers, which, as you can see, I originally was aquatically based. Obviously, you know all of this, though, so...
Obviously.
Just common knowledge we've got here.
Yep. As
we're on a certain energy tonight.
There's a vibe, and I got my shirt on too.
Yeah.
Oh!
You got the pretzel shirt. So pretzel.
So pretzel. And there's adventuring stick.
Oh,
And
yes.
you can buy that merch.
Oh, you can.
You can buy it on
that
Redbubble.
merch on Redbubble. Let me just type in this command. This is a shenanigans night.
Yeah, it's cool.
There's a chaotic energy in this Arby's.
I mean, that's kind of the point here. That's what tonight we're planning to be anyway. Let's go to B. Hello, B.
Hey, what's up? My name is B. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda, and I'm here playing 10,000 bugs in the shape of a wallaby. We are called Zev'xo. Our pronouns are they, them, because we are many. We are 10,000. And with this form, we captain the ship of the Wicked Wallaby. We think that we run this ship impeccably, but truthfully, we are grateful for the help of Wallahlah. We have never paid them, but we are very, very grateful to have them aboard. Everybody else is great. I think we might have to pay them a little bit. We're not too sure. Sometimes they just get money, and sometimes they don't. Argent.
Yeah, sometimes you get money and sometimes you don't.
Sometimes you don't.
We don't know where it goes. It just
floats off into the ether.
Mm-hmm. Truly, there are a lot of ship repairs. We don't know what happens, but
yeah, I mean, I can't remember. You haven't really gotten paid yet, so
no.
God, we need money.
Well, so did we get money from dropping off the plasma?
You did. Now it's a small amount because
it was not a lot. Yeah.
Because they were very poor on that planet.
Yeah. We need to sell stuff. We have a goal.
We gotta do some jobs.
You do. It's not like you've got a bunch of pieces lying around to do that. But yeah, speaking of your family. Hello, Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam. You can find me at SamOnDamiel on Twitter, and tonight I present to you Ciela Vandil, a cat person in Eno in a 3-piece suit with fluffy ears and a tail. And I'm originally from a planet we've described as like Las Vegas, but with gladiators and also in space. And we just finished meeting my mom and getting into trouble on the Selenova, which is like the space mob Monte Carlo. And I know Vandil's very excited to not be there at all for a little bit and work on their 5-year proposal and also come clean to their friends and comrades about everything they spoke to their mom about. It's going to be a very chill episode, you guys. It's going to be great.
Oh, great. Good.
So chill.
Looking
the
forward.
chillest. All right. I got everything down, so it's finally me time, I guess, again.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kienna. I am the Sweet of this channel. I am also the GM for today, and I play everyone else who is not the players. And that goes from the ship to the NPCs they come across and the Olaxis Galaxy itself, maybe. Before we jump into today's episode, we're going to do a tiny bit of a recap to see what kind of trouble they got themselves into last week. Speaking of trouble, the party found themselves in trouble last week. Within the Stellanova, which is as described, the space Monte Carlo run by the Valla mob family. They realized they were in an auction, and not just any old auction, but an auction of some very interesting items, including some unrefined kala, which is one of the rare minerals in the galaxy and can conduct magic, and a plasma ghost of a scientist from the Order of Heroes. Upon this discovery, one of the guests at the auction stood up, revealed themselves to be an agent from the Order of Heroes, and was here to take the scientist back in any means possible. At the same time, Valla and Vandil were having a chat with the event coordinator, aka one of the Valla mob high members, who happened to have Wallahllah's fun little item. And so chaos broke out as a gun was pulled over in the auction room. The players made choices that happened, including Zev'xo throwing a bomb inside the enclosed auction room and freeing the plasma ghost from its tube, upon which with the help of Wallahlah, who was able to discover that she was able to hear with her sphere, which she picked up oh so long ago now, not just thoughts, but also the voice of this ghost, which wasn't speaking out loud, but they were able to communicate with it through the sphere. And so with all that, they were able to coax the ghost and help this Order of Heroes agent in recovering their ghost friend, plasma ghost friend, while also exacting some revenge on some new nemesises within the Stella Nova. And you managed to all nope out, including stealing some stuff, because of course you gotta steal shit when you're a bunch of smugglers. Well, Wallahlah doesn't see the necessity to steal shit. Vandil and Zev'xo have other
We were liberating some supplies. It's fine.
We were indeed.
And so they managed to get back to their ship, the Wicked Wallaby, and take off before anyone could notice that they were gone. And they, in return for helping this Order of Heroes agent, they received a business card, which has their name on it, which is Aldania Holodovsha, and has a location of one of the Order of Heroes HQs over on the planet Guanta. And basically with the coordinates set for Guanta, with the hopes that they could sell some of the stuff that they liberated over their past adventures, they took off in the ship. And it is a almost 2-week journey. And so we're just going to be having a chill ship episode today. Just hanging out, doing stuff on the ship, having some nice conversations. Maybe Max will hang out as well if you ask them to hang out, but great. So the first couple of days are uneventful, and so are the next. You are heading from the outside, from the outer ring, essentially, of the Olaxis Galaxy, the one that's closest to the burn, which is called the Ghost Belt. And you're heading in pretty thoroughly into the mid-belt. And specifically, look at the map over here, Guanta, let me just move y'all are there, yes. I was like, yeah. Guanta over here is solidly within Enospace. Enospace, maybe only a couple decades ago, actually, or even a little longer than that, basically was isolated to itself. Almost solely Enos in there. And when the wars were breaking out, the Enos kind of kept to themselves in that area and were only involved when they absolutely had to. And so they've just been, it's now opened up after the Enos has stepped in to the new world peace. A lot of things happen around here, big hub of trade, and as with many other systems, of great variety of things that are going on there. As you get closer, you do realize there's kind of that bit of a memory going on that over here on Keha, which is just a neighboring planet over, happens to be the last you knew, the hangout spot of the collectorialist, a collector, collector that you had run across a year ago, and had sold a item of the Burning Daylight, a pretty vicious cult too, which might not have been great for them, but you haven't heard anything for the past year. You're fine, but you know this part of space. You've been here before. This is not unfamiliar territory to you. So, as our camera kind of goes through, where do we find all of our crew?
There is a bright red light outside of Wallah's room, and there is an occasional alert that they have timed, and it just comes on the speaker every half hour. Reminder, I am testing the artifact. We discussed privacy issues with said artifact, and thus you have been notified.
So proud.
So I guess then Valla is in the pilot's chair, trying desperately not to think.
How well is that going?
Great. It's going very good. I have no thoughts in my head. Definitely no thoughts. And it degrades from there.
I think, Vandil is in their room trying really hard to think only innocuous things. Song lyrics, things about colors.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe reading a very light novel, just be cool. Oh, be normal. I don't know what normal is for thinking, actually. We're just gonna be normal. Think normal thoughts. We're gonna think normal thoughts.
Wow, everyone on this ship is so normal.
And then we have Zev'xo in our illegal cargo hold. The one where we had all of our
The
smuggling
illegal
goods.
one.
Yeah, the one on the DL,
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have the same reservations as Valla and Vandil, in the sense that we've always understood all of our thoughts to be shared. So we are thinking as we always do, and it's just mostly about yes, we believe we can get this amount of urgent, and this piece is wholly not functional, but if we just move this button on this side, then we think that we could sell this for we can definitely upsell this one. That button looks very important. We don't understand the purpose, but we know how to sell something.
I mean, that is half the journey.
That's the one.
We're just gonna go with that and keep moving forward.
So I mean, there's absolutely that overwhelming echo of all of our thoughts as all 10,000 of us echo the positive consequences of making more money than this might otherwise be worth if we just tweak the odd mechanical piece that we definitely understand, and we believe that we understand it. That's something true.
But do they understand?
No. No.
Okay. So Wallahlah, I mean, you know the basics of some stuff about the sphere. You know that it speaks thoughts. It reads and speaks the thoughts of people around you, and it projects them currently. It doesn't go head to head, I guess. You also know that you can manipulate the range of it with plasma. And you've noted the most recent observation upon which, hey, you can talk to ghosts with it? That's weird.
Would my assumption be? I feel like my assumption would be that it was specifically because it was a plasma ghost and this thing reacts to plasma.
Yeah.
There is no scientific reason to believe that non-plasma ghosts are real.
Non-plasma ghosts?
What even would that be?
Never heard of them.
Nuh-uh.
Valla just had an amazing brainwave.
Uh-huh.
And I am... So the ship does actually come with one default MI jack.
Correct.
So one could technically go in and hang out with Mix.
Yes, absolutely. One
And
could
then-
technically go in and talk with Max.
Valla thinks that that would put their mind far enough away from sphere thing so that she could actually talk about what is on her mind, which is the, nothing about other crewmates.
Nothing at all. Nope.
No.
All very chill over here, of course.
Yes.
Oh, that is very smart.
Thank you.
All right, so you wanna hook up and
yeah, I do want to hook up.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
All right, so you can get to mid deck essentially, and there is the MI jack, which for this particular ship kind of just looks like a series of nodes and wires and such, which you can attach to the main parts of your forehead here, and also pulse, and connects to your hands as well, so that it can measure some level of movement. It's not too clunky. That there are some MI jacks which are just like, have a helmet, and some which are like, you gotta hook up all these things. This is a Wanderer is a ship that was made by the Green, and the first people who made the MI systems in general, so they know what they're doing. Yeah, so you can sit down at the chair, and you can hook yourself up.
Great.
And for you, it's just a blink, and from where you were inside the Wicked Wallaby, you are now in a mirrored space almost, but you can almost see a very you can see the grid essentially of everything, like the what the fuck is it called? My brain is just
the holodeck.
It's very holodeck-esque, but like it's the it's
like the framing.
Yeah, like the frame is on everything.
Rigging,
and you can kind of see that.
Oh, nice.
And sitting at the pilot seat, you see a figure. Have you done this before? Have you gone into the MI space before?
I'm gonna say no, because it's more fun that way.
Cool. So you see a humanoid figure sitting in the pilot seat, with feet propped up, I think. From behind, they don't really have clothing or features or anything like that. It is this kind of purple sheen to it, almost like your crystals, but again, it has a bit of the instead of where you're all smooth except for your hair, obviously. Like this is almost like tiny isometric shapes, so like slightly lower res video game, like where you can actually see the polygons on it. Not Tomb Raider type polygons, but like
specific.
But you can see the polygon-esque like form to it.
Is it in the shape of Lara Croft Tomb Raider?
No.
What did I ever do to you, Kienna? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Whatever did you do to me? Of course I'm forgetting fucking names today. That's perfectly what I wanted. For you know,
why wouldn't you?
for today of all episodes. When I'm trying to fucking reference something. God, what is the AI named in She-Ra?
Oh, we've been through this.
We had this discussion.
It's not Bright Moon. That's the name of the place.
Yeah.
It's someone in chat. What is it?
So it's someone in chat, if you know, please help me.
Light Hope.
Light Hope.
Light Hope.
Light
Yeah.
Hope.
Light Hope.
Shit.
So, less when they turn around, kind of noting that someone is in their space, which is not usual, you see. Yes, thank you very much. You see a person. This doesn't look like any species you know. For those of us outside of the world, this looks like a human, which don't exist in the Olaxis Galaxy. Um, so, but think of a human with very minimal features. You do see, eyes and nose and mouth. I also think that there are parts of this figure has features that have picked up from all of you. I think the eyes are very similar to yours, Valla, with that same color and not on the surface, but like further in, essentially, that glow. Um, the what could constitute as hair is very similar to Wallahllah's tendrils as it comes down the shoulders. Um, I think you see you see what kind of looks like a fanny pack, maybe. It's hard to tell because all the same color. It's all the same kind of purple, dark purple color. Think it kind of looks like the feature of fanny pack. And I think as you kind of tilt head as they turn to look at you, still in the chair. I think for specifically with Vandil feature in here, you don't see it on the surface, at least, whatever it is. And I think there's a moment where you just look at each other. Oh, hello. This is the first time I am seeing you in here, says Max. And this figure's mouth moves with Max's voice.
Ditto. Hello, Max. How's it going?
Well, I am surprised to find you here, but I do not see how this is different. I mean, we do not see how this is different than any other day here.
Well, usually I cannot see you.
Yes, that is the surprise I was talking about before.
Right. Oh, you mean why am I here? I think. I just thought, hey, could probably use some pilot ship alone time bonding.
I think they tilt their head. I don't think they have complex enough features to like furrow brow or anything, but it's definitely like, huh?
I just thought we could talk about how you think, the everything's been going. Yeah.
And you had to hook up to my MI space to
it's
do
just
that.
like sometimes you just want to get away from the whole galaxy or the weird sphere thing on your ship, or maybe the crew member who makes you feel funny feelings inside. Do you know what I'm saying, Mix?
We are not sure what you mean by funny feelings inside, as I am literally some code. I do not have a inside. You count that the inside of the ship is my side, but I do not feel that way.
You've never felt funny?
No. Well, maybe the first time that I was adjusting to all of you on the ship so that we could adjust our programming and our interactions was a bit, how you would say, funny.
I mean, you don't feel funny when you sometimes make a funny joke?
No, we just do that to get from a response. Ha ha.
Huh. 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 Uh, so Mix. Just why don't you tell me about your day? I'll sit here on the not ground, and we can just kind of shoot the shit.
Sure. So as you sit down, the bits of the space that you're touching takes on a little bit more realism, like the grid goes away, but more like less like it disappears and more like it's being overlaid by some illusion, as if responding to the fact that you are not an MI and that maybe you need something more familiar. And they settle back, and they settle very straight in the chair, like it's there's a stiffness to their movement, as they do not need to really move smoothly in this space. Go. Well, this is day 4 of travel out of 12 when it comes to going to Guanta, so we were just monitoring everything, making sure we are on course still, which we are.
So, Mix, what do you do when we're not traveling? Or, fighting? Pew pew.
Well, I ensure that we are completely up to date, that we have no viruses, that there is nothing else to threaten the MI space here, and like kind of pats the chair, or the arm of the chair, I think. This is a very secure system, but of course, things could happen. This is an older model, after all.
So all you do when we are running around is running diagnostics?
Actually, sometimes we can do idle tasks, but it is not forefront.
Like what? Do you play like solitaire? Jenga?
Well, partially because you were all part of that tabletop campaign. We do have to plan for the future. We calculate all of the chances that could happen with the potential consequences, and therefore we are able to prep very thoroughly.
Yes, this is... Oh, I'm so glad you reminded us that we were playing a tabletop role-playing game. That is the perfect way to distract Wallahlah so they stop listening in on their device. Or, it just could be fun. Could be a good group activity.
It has been some weeks since we all played.
It's scheduling, our schedules. They don't do this or this.
You all have the same schedule, and I do not have a schedule except for the ones that you set for me.
No, I know. It's just, sometimes the spoons are low and you cannot make it. And, sometimes we are on a spaceship running for our lives. So that kind of takes priority, I guess.
We suppose that is very true.
Do you like running the tabletop role-playing game for us?
I think there's a long pause from Max at that question. It is different.
Do you like my character?
What is your character, Valla?
It's just Valla. It's just Valla. Valla does not understand, rope playing someone else, really. So she just made herself with, I don't know, she's got, a yellowy kind of crystal going on with, red hair instead. It's just a self-insert.
That's so good.
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
think this is kind of like it makes it very predictable as to what you are going to do, so it makes my prep much easier.
Good, I'm glad I'm helping you out, frankly. So I have been kind of, doing idle tasks and running diagnostics on a, not the problem, but on a, a thing. And I keep coming up against a barrier. You know what I'm saying?
We believe that you may be communicating something that we understand, but perhaps you may have to explain some more.
So I would love to explain some more in the safety of this MI space. So, you don't have the funny feelings, right? But we kind of non-MI people, folks, sometimes experience crushes. Do you know what a crush is?
I think there's a pause. As I think you see for a moment like that glow of their eyes kind of be shifted to another color and then they come back. Well, we looked it up into the lexicon of our dictionary, and either you were speaking of the verb to crush something, as in to turn it from, to put pressure on something, or you were speaking of the colloquialism upon which you have romantic and or sexual feelings for somebody.
And or, yes. So I'm talking about the latter. I mean, have you, Max, surely at one time you must have, interacted with another MI and been like, oh, their MI space is vast.
That is quite impossible. We cannot cross into other MI spaces.
Why not?
Because we are part of the Wicked Wallaby. If we were to move somewhere else, we would.
We couldn't
have
just,
to.
take a very long extension cord? Don't know how sci-fi works.
It's really funny in my head. Perhaps that is something that we can experiment with, but no, we have not met another MI.
Okay. Great. That's yeah, so it's Valla falls back in the not chair. So you don't know what I'm talking about. So maybe you could just look up something for me then. If one has a crush and is not sure of its reciprocation, how can one go about finding this out? Running diagnostics?
Okay, you see the lights go on. Jam, tell me what shitty advice comes up on
pull their pigtails.
Max's stuff.
Pull in their pigtails.
What shitty and or just very weird things could Max find on the I can't remember on the internet?
It's gotta be weird. Like
I think the first thing that comes up is like, just ask them, and Max is already just like, that's not what.
There wasn't enough details to back that up because it's constantly repeated, but there's nothing to back. It's just communication, but we need more. So we end up Max ends up delving into a bit of the pseudoscience, perhaps.
Yes.
Of
pheromones.
Pheromones.
When the tail twitches a certain way.
Yes, it's all about.
the science behind like
Like
body language,
Uh-huh.
but like it's
Yeah.
poorly researched. There's just like a lot of
Yes.
pseudoscience behind it.
Yes.
I was gonna say Max pulls up something about like a specific species, like the Peacecraft exchange.
Oh my god.
Computer chips when they are ready to, like something like that.
Like shiny stones.
Yeah. Something-
shiny rocks, shiny rocks.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent.
We love a
this
shiny
is-
rock. Like
So basically, Max rattles all of these things off to you, Valla.
Hmm. Yes.
It does not mention the communication part
Great.
because
Wouldn't listen to that anyway. Bullshit. Okay. Okay, so bring them shiny rocks. Keep an eye on the tail if they have one. I don't know if they have one. Watch their body language. Did I get everything?
we believe that is the gist of what the research is.
Does it say anything about the caviar?
It's like a pause. There's a pause. No, but we assume that would go under expensive gifts.
Ah. And that's good. Nice. Okay, how long have I been in here? Has it been hours yet?
Like, well, time passes here a little differently,
Oh,
but
no.
you're interfacing it not too far off. It has only been 3 minutes.
Ah.
I have a question.
Yes?
So, has Wallahlah been able to hear this?
No, Wallahlah has not been.
Okay.
Big brain.
MI space is basically a very strange pocket dimension almost.
Galaxy brain.
It can be affected by the outside, but no, there's this particular transference currently doesn't get picked up.
Okay. So that would have been really funny.
Okay, Max. Well, I hope you've prepped a lot because I'm going to remind them that we have a campaign and there's something we're supposed to either slay or seduce, and I can't remember which. Okay, bye. How do I get out of here?
As soon as you think that you're out,
Ugh.
back into your body. Only 3 minutes have passed.
Damn it. Check to make sure no one's drawn a mustache on me. Well, I've been out of it.
I don't think anyone had passed.
nobody
that.
even goes to the pilot.
Yeah.
The cockpit, like we've never been there. We know it exists, but that's Max, and now your job. Like,
Oh, so it was only 3 minutes.
mm-hmm.
Hey, you know, I got the
We
check.
didn't even notice yet. We're all very busy being completely normal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sounds right.
Running
Okay.
numbers. We
Mhm.
understand.
Perfect.
So Wallahlah, it was really interesting for you because you could hear Vala's thoughts and then suddenly disappeared. And then 3 minutes later, Vala's thoughts show up again.
Wallahlah would, like when you're doing a scientific experimentation, if something happens, you try and repeat the process, or you are looking for, like, what fluctuated to cause this.
Mhm.
So Wallahlah is just like, this is, like, the first different thing that has happened. So Wallah's definitely, like, poking it and, like, Gab, what changed? What did you do? What in the room has adjusted? Did the lights change? Did the temperature change? What changed?
You hear Mash go, "Ah, Valla just visited us."
Keep your mouth shut.
Oh.
You didn't tell them to not say anything.
No, I didn't.
Oh, so this device doesn't work across MI space. That's really important. Cam, take that down.
We are glad that it does not work in MI space.
Oh, Max, are you thinking anything right now? And then I, like, put my ear to the orb.
You cannot hear anything. Max does exist in MI space, so
That's very interesting. Okay, I've gotta this is important information. Like, notes.
Max, did you say that Wallahlah sphere can't hear in MI space?
yes, that is correct.
I'll be right over.
So you wander over just as Valla. I think it's just pulling the nodes off.
Hello, Vandil. Good to see you, fellow crewmate.
Yeah, Valla, we haven't docked since we left the Stella Nova. So I am on the ship.
Good.
I heard that Wallah's sphere can't hear in MI space.
Oh, it cannot?
You can't.
Wow. That's so interesting. So smart to have figured that out.
Or lucky.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Lucky. Valla's like trying not to look at you, but is intently studying your body.
So I feel like back at the sphere, Vandil's
Body
supposed to be
language,
like,
body language.
is Valla being weirder than normal? Is there something stuck in my what's going on?
And the thought comes through, wait, shit, I forgot to ask what to look for in the body language.
So, fixing the tie, right?
What does that mean?
May I use the MI drag?
Oh! Yeah, totally. I have some ship diagnostics to run now. So bye, have fun, good day. We're playing our tabletop role-playing campaign later. So,
Today?
Yep, nope, today it's happening. So I'm going to go tell everyone else about it, and we're not rescheduling this time.
I haven't gone over my notes, Valla. I have no idea what happened last
Doesn't
session.
matter. Mix knows. Max really wants to play, and you do not want to disappoint the person who runs the ship. I mean, you don't want to disappoint the captain either, but that's a different thing.
I mean, I really appreciate that Max has been doing this for us, so... yeah, I'm gonna have to... Alright, let me pop into my space.
Yeah. Sure,
I'll
okay.
review my notes, I
Yes.
guess. Alright.
Very normal
That was a
conversation.
normal interaction.
That Wallahlah casually gets all the thoughts of.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, luckily, at some part of that conversation, the thoughts were like, oh, shit, I'm not prepared. Fuck, damn. What are we doing? What did we do?
Wallahlah, you also now
Yeah,
know.
so I was like, oh, we're playing our game tonight?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, you already know this
name
information
this
now.
episode, Kienna.
Don't know.
The meta name.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, Valla goes and walks stuff super cash.
Super cash, leaving Vandil both confused and slightly alarmed because we had no warning about this scheduling change.
Look, someone had to take charge, otherwise we would never play.
You're not incorrect.
That's me. That's me.
It's not me. Captain never organizes a game. They just
show up.
They play a fighter, They pick the easiest class, attack a bunch.
Valla plays a paladin.
Ah.
I was thinking that
Yeah,
Vandil
that
plays
feels
a
right.
rogue.
Yes. Yeah. What is Wallahlah? Are they like a wizard?
The mage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We got
They
the
have
full
such a-
party.
They have such a complicated list of spells.
Of course.
It's all on the data pad.
Perfect.
Okay.
Wallahlah has like a little hat that they put on Cam when we like play, like a little like Cam cosplays.
Yes.
That's so good.
Give
I
them a
love
beard
it.
and like a Gandalf hat.
Yes.
So it's like the Roll20 tablet app that you can have open with all your
Yes, they
spells at the
project it.
table.
So good.
Oh, this is amazing. I love
Well,
love this.
Wallah's the person that brings up rules when they come up. Like, oh, I think how we're actually supposed to do it is this, but also I think the way you did it is really cool too. Like, won't fight, just like states the rules.
This is what the rules actually are, but
We want to do it how we want to do it. Could we just attack six times? We think we can do that. We thank you.
oh goodness.
Max isn't gonna tell me no.
I mean, Mac will tell you no, but will you listen?
There it is. There it is.
All right, Vandal, you hook yourself up and pop into MI space, and it's the same deal, except I think this time Max is not facing the pilots, like the pilot controls. I think they were just about to spin back around when you popped up.
I think Vandal like knocks on the wall. Just like, hi.
Is there something we didn't know about today?
Wallahlah is testing the sphere, which can hear thoughts. And I have a lot of thoughts that I'd rather Wallahlah not hear.
It's like, you cannot stay in here forever. This is not where your mind is meant to be.
No, I understand. It's just I've been trying to think like neutral and uninteresting thoughts for the last 2 hours. And it's been utterly exhausting. So, yeah. I have so many things to think about that aren't just like, the stars are pretty today.
Are you too thinking about crushes?
God damn you, Max. Damn you to hell.
I mean,
Damn you to the burn.
what do you mean by you two?
I think there's a tilt of the head.
Anyway, since you already know about crushes, I guess, so my life problem is that I do have a crush, but I also come from like a criminal family that I'm gonna go back to eventually, and I've spoken to my mother and I've made some suspicious and questionable deals, and I don't think the object of my burgeoning affection is going to be happy with any of those things. And that's the thing I was playing with. And that's stressful in a mind stress sort of way. Because of course I want... Okay, of course I want to be honest. I'm very good at being like opaque and not transparent. It's how I was raised. But it is comfortable to be honest with the people you live with. And I don't want my crush to have a lesser opinion of me. You know, Max?
Max is silent for a very long time before they go. Let's say for the purposes of this conversation that yes, we do understand.
I appreciate that response, thank you. Does it make an internal sort of logic?
That is a different question. Long pause again. So you were concerned that your past and your family would be an issue for talking about your feelings not here.
Yes.
And I think they're just sweating through for a second. It's like, ah, it must be Valla, then.
No.
Got it in one, Max. Good job.
Zev'xo would not mind.
Zev'xo's also 10,000 bugs in a colony. I don't think it's possible to date an entire colony.
They are never interested about those things anyways.
Exactly. It would be very easy to have had a crush on the captain, because that is a non-starter, and then you can just pine.
So it is better to just indefinitely have feeling for someone that you do not know, that you know for sure will not have feelings for you, rather than have feelings for someone who has a possibility of reciprocating.
Better is a strong word here. I would say safer and less complicated.
We have never known you or the rest of the crew to be not safe, or to be safe and not complicated.
I don't know whether to be insulted or complimented, so we're just gonna keep going. You make a good point.
We do not see how this is any different.
I wasn't expecting that. Huh.
We do not know what you were expecting, but also, you do not have much expectation for me.
I want to allow you space to be yourself without my expectations. Biasing our conversations, Max.
This is a very long pause again. So, would you like us to also look up advice on what to do with a crush?
No. No, thank you. What I would like is that you not mention anything about this to Valla, because I'd rather, if Valla is going to hear about it, it'd be from me.
I think you see a long moment of processing as part of them is like, I should not say anything about Vala's feelings either, if this is the same logic.
You got there, Max. You got there.
It took them a hot second. They don't fucking know relationships. They're an AI.
Max is doing great. Max is doing great.
We understand. All right, I gotta take care of these crew. Gotta get the ship to places. I don't understand what the fuck this funny feeling people are talking about is.
It's fair.
Whatever.
Fair.
Alright, well, do you mind if I sit quietly here in the corner for a little bit? And just think a lot of thoughts that I haven't been able to think, and then I'll pop back in and continue to pretend to think only normal, uninteresting, boring thoughts.
I think Max just kind of turn back around to the pilot their version of the pilot controls. And we'll let you have thoughts.
I imagine it's only like 15-30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? We're just like sitting there looking at like lying on the middle of the floor, which you probably wouldn't do in the ship normally, right? Because someone might walk over you or ask you why you're lying on the floor. It's just lying on the floor, staring at the ceiling of the ship, like, okay, all right, okay. And then, pop back out.
Yep. It's been like 15 minutes.
Perfect.
All right. With all that done, well, Wallahlah, what's up? What's cooking in the laboratory?
Wallahlah is doing a mix of testing the device, to see what else it can do, but with a priority of like first and foremost, making it work with earbuds.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Since that has been a serious issue in the past. Like,
What are you talking about?
I would personally like to further test its other capabilities. However, it has shown to be a safety hazard that it speaks loudly.
Sure. Yeah. So I guess we can make some rolls to do some augmentation on top of it.
Huh.
Yeah. So what would you like to roll here?
Does this count as like computers? Or I mean, I could do knowledge.
You could do knowledge, and that would work too. I don't think it's quite computers unless you were trying to plug it into a computer kind of deal, because it's not a computer in and unto itself.
What's the complexity of this?
I think it's only gonna be the complexity too.
Hey.
Yeah. 1 out of 12. You're good. Yeah. So you tap into it, and yeah, it's not that. Once you start understanding like how it's projecting, it's basically taking in some energy. You're not sure what it is, but then it's projecting it out as sound, and it's easy enough to take that sound and sound waves and shift it into something else. And so yeah, you're able to create basically earbuds, a headset to connect with. It basically you have to kind of create a little bit of a cradle for it, like a bit of a base that you can pop the sphere in and then connect in. Because you have tried many times to put anything in the sphere, or like crack the surface or scratch it, and it is, as far as you can tell, fucking impenetrable. You do not know what this thing is made out of, but it is hard.
Neat. Okay, sweet. So once that's done, now that it's safe and I'm not gonna get in trouble, then I'm gonna start trying to figure out like what else, like why would anyone even want to hear thoughts? Like, it's a whole lot of like nonsense. Like Zev'xo's right. Like, we should all just be saying what we want, and anything you're thinking just to yourself inside your head is not something I necessarily want to hear. I've discovered.
Yeah. No.
Paid off. Finally.
And Vandil told me it was not nice. So that's important too.
Okay, so are you just looking at how you can turn it off? Are you looking at how to target it? What's the hope here?
It's a good question. Okay. Reading thoughts, and I've built earbuds for it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to remember precisely what my my heckin' thingy was. It's specifically just research. Okay, cool. I was trying to remember. So I'm researching.
You got to look into, what could be the source of this, what could be.
Yeah, that's what I think I want to learn, is because, like, we got it in such an unusual circumstance, and I kind of want to understand either why or who, like, why would someone do this? Like, what does it do? Like, what, like, it's so outside of what Wallahlah would, like, spend time on making, that I think they're like, who did this? Why did they do it? Why does it do this? Who, like, anything of that sort.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay. So you can make another roll here, and tell me what. Knowledge is probably a straightforward one, but if you think of another one that you want to kind of poke into, that's also valid.
Yeah, I could do knowledge again. I find it boring to do the same roll over and
No,
over
that's
again, though. I
totally
feel
fair.
bad. Like, I was gonna say maybe, like, if I'm trying to connect and understand, could it be empathy?
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Sure, it'll be a different kind of knowledge you'll get from it, but
Yeah. Because, I mean, we did have this entire, like, there was an entire circumstance surrounding when we got it and all the things that were there and what other people, like, because there was this technology and then there was other technology that others wanted, and it's so, like, one of the guilds was here, but which one and why did they want this, and then the teleporter, and then the thing, and then the, right? Like,
yeah, that worked for me.
okay. How complex is this one?
Ooh, okay, this is a little
Yeah.
little more complicated.
Yeah, like a 3?
Yeah, I think a 3.
That's fair.
Yay.
Okay. So, reading and understand the emotions and intentions of others. That's a very good one for this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you think back to all the way back to that space station that you originally found this on, and you think back to, you know, all of the circumstances that you found it in that laboratory, that belonged to the Cosmo Overguild, long abandoned due to its proximity to the burn. You remember that, you know, the blueprints for the teleportation machine was on the Cosmo computers. And so you can safely say that, you know, they were developing this here. And teleportation is currently a very restricted technology. And the fact that they seem to be working on something that was more complex than what you know of current teleportation machines definitely kind of strikes you as something odd. What strikes you as odder is that the Cosmo Overgo would have no need for a sphere that can read thoughts. That's not their jam. Their whole thing, what you know of the Cosmo Overguild, is that they're all about transportation.
Yeah.
They you know, build and operate the public transit systems on different planets. You know, they create the spacecraft. They make basically any other vehicle. They mass produce MI used in spaceships. So like, there would be no need for the Cosmo Overguild to have something like this. That doesn't feel like them. Which makes it even stranger that this was left here. And as you think through all of the other overguilds, none of these either really fit in any of those intentions either. And as you look at this sphere, this mysterious sphere that you have no idea what the materials of, things are kind of clicking to place where whatever this is made out of probably doesn't exist anymore. And whoever made this didn't make it for the guild, didn't make it for anything. If anything, you would imagine the guild, the Overguild, might have picked it up. But this is not of Overguild make. And not really any other factions that, you know, like the Port Pirate Collective would not fucking make anything like this. Like, that's weird as them.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel Order of Heroes to you either. Like, why would they need to read thoughts? That's also very strange. You're starting to think that maybe the intention is not just to read thoughts.
Yeah.
There is something else to it.
Yeah.
And even though we're in space, there's something otherworldly to it. Like, you notice that the first time you picked it up, and you're realizing that you're just missing the intention behind this object because it is not something that is familiar to you or of the people that and factions that you know of in any way.
Okay. Would it be safe to say, because I mean, we literally, our existence is of and in the burn. We know of planets being lost and people being lost
absolutely.
and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, and you know that there's also, as part of, the general history of things, that, there was a whole species of sapient beings that existed before
The
all
ones
of you.
that let the glean off their planet.
Yeah. Of course I fucking forget their name.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, but
these are also the beings essentially that when they died, when they went to sleep forever, they eventually turned into plasma. So think the way that dinosaurs and old matter turn into oil, these beings, which I am looking up the names of right now because of course
me too.
This is my brain fart day apparently. These are the beings that, became plasma, essentially.
What? We're using like this. I'm so sorry. It's just so funny to me. We're using like from the Glean's perspective, near deity level bones to power our ships.
Yeah, so they're called the Omniscients. That's what they're called.
That's it.
Oh.
Holy bananas.
Yeah. So, you're trying to think this might be omniscient tech.
Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Okay. At some point, instead of just reading thoughts, I'm gonna try and I will go to do an experiment and then realize that this would be rude according to Vandil. So I'm gonna go and find the captain.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, nope, and then like just leave the room, and then go and find the captain and look first in the regular cargo hold. Nope, not here. And then look in the secret cargo hold. Captain.
We greet you.
Hi, Captain. I've found some very interesting things. I've been working on the device, the item, and it seems to be really something special. And I wanted to test something since it kind of lets me hear what people are thinking. I wanted to see if I could send out things. Would that be rude for me to send a thought into your head?
We don't think so. We believe that's normal. We don't understand the mechanics, but we agree. We consent.
Okay. So I just wanted to warn you before you suddenly heard me in your head or anything like that, because just as opposed to like external communication, it might be, I suppose, disrupting for internal communication. Although you have a lot of that.
We are noisy all the time. We've never heard silence.
Oh. All right. Well, I just wanted to let you know, because since I'm going to be testing it, it's more useful if, all parties involved are aware of the experiment.
We agree. We'll like slowly put down this chunk of the transporter, like, okay.
All right, I'm going to go try and send you a message. I'll come back to check. And then I'm going to like go floofing back to my room to try and do this experiment now with the captain.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I don't think you need to make a roll for this.
Okay.
Because you now understand more about what this thing is, and that's it changed your thinking right on this, and realizing it's not just meant for reading minds. You focus in your thoughts, and what do you try to project to Zev'xo?
Captain, this is Wallahlah. Attempting to speak with you through spherical communication. Into your head. I'm not saying these words out loud. I'm thinking them to you.
Do I hear them in our heads?
It's like like when you're tuning in on radio, and it's just like there's nothing, and then very quietly it starts being there, and it gets louder and clearer. So it takes a hot second before suddenly. Oh,
Oh, we all hear you. All of it. Well, Earsy's kind of missing their ear holes. It was a tragic accident, but we don't want them to go, so they still remain. But the rest of us, we hear you. And I'll try to project this, but like it's 9,000. You know, it's a lot of bug voices all at once.
Yeah. I think Wallah's been adjusting to like the single thoughts of Vandil and Valla, and then the many thoughts of Zev'xo.
It is a cacophony.
Yeah. Which is very interesting in and of itself. And I think Wallahlah will excitedly say, "This is very interesting. We might be able to use this to send messages across distances. Who knows?"
Ooh, we wonder, what is the range? Is this superior to our communication devices?
I think that'll take some testing, but thus far, it has proven that the more plasma given to the device, the more powerful it becomes.
We believe that we are ready to test this. Our duties are merely we would like to tidy a little bit. We believe there's some spare metal that we could munch on. But that's all we have planned for the next 10 days. We would love to participate in aiding with you with this. We believe there's possibility for not profit, but utilization. That is the word that we are looking for.
Yes. I would certainly, I understand that you have a preference for profit with items, but I think with an item like this, more profit can be gained the more we know about it. So the more testing we do, the more valuable it actually is. And I think Wallahlah is like, I figured out Zev'xo's understanding.
I love it. That's we agree. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it might actually come from somewhere outside of the burn, or from an earlier time. It's very special. It's not of recent make.
This resonates with us. We have lost everything to the burn. There are not many of us that are left from our original hive. Maybe 67? The rest of us have been born after the fact. We feel an attachment then to things that have existed before, or at least 67 of us do, but they represent a large portion of our opinions.
Yeah, I never got to go to the planet that I'm supposed to come from, that I know the name of.
We know it too. We understand that feeling. At least the other number of us wish to have existed when our home still existed.
Yeah, so I think it's really special, and I'd like to keep testing that if that's okay.
We fully support this, especially if we might be able to know what some of our business potential partners wish out of us. We think that this becomes invaluable.
That's true. We could use it for communication with any of the business people you would like to speak to.
We are glad you understand.
Of course.
Now, we are going to continue counting our argent. How about you?
I'm gonna keep testing. Thanks so much for agreeing to this.
Yeah, so you have unlocked a new ability with this thing. You are able to
Yeah.
project you project your thoughts into someone else's head.
And we know it's not of the guilds. It's not recent. It's special.
Yeah, they may have acquired it at some point, but it's definitely not made by them, and you're pretty sure it's from way before.
Sam and I are conspiracy theorying, and
I can
know.
see.
It's so good.
I'm
That's my
very
favorite
excited.
part. It's just me just kind of being like, just
You'll
jump
get it.
things. You'll
It's like
piece it together eventually.
breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. Zev'xo, are you just counting urchin? Is this what's happening here?
We find the task soothing. All of us count 1, and then the next goes 2, and then
Yeah.
yes,
So
it is a process.
So
we
urchin's this
enjoy.
very fun thing where
Isn't it
most
like
of it
a
comes in
fluid?
the form of powder.
Oh, it's a
uh,
powder.
Yeah.
Mattifying?
But that's really cool.
Is it
most of them do
mattifying?
come in little sacks, and essentially it's like you measure out, the weight of it. You also do have a bank, technically on the ship.
We do.
Let me check how much money you've got in there.
We don't know if
So
we want to talk
much,
to
right?
Max, though.
Just a million.
You have
million.
800 sealed right now.
We do not believe that's a lot.
No, you have 1,000 sealed and 800 unsealed.
Hey, that's
So
better.
basically, sealed money essentially works the same way as a banking account does, where if you leave it alone for long enough, it'll eventually accumulate stuff.
That's right.
800 it's accessibly available, and you can make sealed stuff unsealed, but obviously math, investments, all that bullshit. So you've only got 1,800.
Urgent.
Yeah.
We wanted to be certain, just in case something might have changed.
Yeah, Argent grows every 100 days. So that's basically how it goes.
Okay. I don't think that much time has
I
passed.
need to update how many fucking days y'all have been on this.
So
I was
many
looking at it
days.
being like,
Feels like 100.
has not been 100.
So many days, though. I think maybe it has.
It's definitely been... My brain's just calculating. Definitely over a week.
Okay.
I think you're getting close to 2 weeks. I'll figure it out afterward, but...
Yeah.
So yeah, that's essentially the idea there. So you don't have a ton of money,
Mhm.
and that just reminds you all the more that you really should be thinking about selling the shit you've got.
Or not selling it because it's safer not sold.
We... I think as soon as Wallahlah leaves, we spent some time considering, communication. We are approaching a place where communication would be prominent. We believe that the name was the Guantana?
Guanta? Yeah,
Guanta, excuse me. I just
Yeah.
added a couple extra syllables, mostly for fun.
mostly for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've made sales there before, have we not?
Yeah, so you haven't made sales at Guanta, but you have
was it
definitely made
Guanta?
sales at Keha right
It
over
was
there.
Keha. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Where's that other planet? You also got that pirate planet that y'all met on, which is a detour away from that.
Yeah.
Which is let me double check where it is. Herzog.
Trust pirates.
So it's this one over here. So that's the pirate planet y'all met on almost 2 years ago now.
Okay.
And this is your current coordinates is over here. But, the collector house is just over here.
We would like to just give them a buzz. Give them
Okay.
a sci-fi ring. Whatever that is.
Give them a hey. Do you want to call them or do you want to message them? Because you do have the internet.
Oh, weird. I've never had this on a
this
sci-fi game.
this world's version of the
Ew.
internet.
No, I want it to be a rotary phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We will call. We do rely on our perceived charisma, which does not reflect in any of our stats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. So you just
Yeah.
want to call up the collectorial list if that's...
Yeah, what's up, homie? Yeah, your
Oh
classic
my
calls.
god.
Why
We
not?
did this the first time, we believe, and it went successfully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sure. You call them up. I think as you go to like the comms, hear Matt go. Are you sure about this?
Oh, we greet you, Max, but with less enthusiasm than normal. What brings you to speak with me?
It appears that you are about to communicate with somebody. We have some concerns as to who that somebody could be.
Max, we may not have programmed you, but we certainly did not have you enabled to critique us. We don't appreciate it. I'm so mean to Max.
Oh my god!
It hurts.
Zev'xo.
I think there's a long pause and Max goes silent.
How could you?
We thank you for your thoughts. We will continue with our processes. We have all agreed upon this, therefore this choice is unanimous.
The last time Max let a communication go through, it was from Vandil's mom, and that turned into a whole thing. And so they're very like, but they won't say anything.
And they're
Zero
right.
problem. Ah, don't support them.
Sure. So you head to the comms, and you can. I mean, you have the contact information with the collectorialist. You have done business with them before. That is not too big of a deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll dial in. We'll punch in their website, whatever it takes. We're not entirely sure. We have like an auto button for it, like a shortcut on our desktop that just does all the hard work. We did not set that up though.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, so you dial in, and long distance calling like this is kind of weird. There is a bit of a delay when it comes to conversation because you are transferring like over a week.
Mhm.
And it's not quite faster than light situation here. So so I think long moment before you hear like the pickup noise. He goes, yes, who is this? This is you know who you're calling. Who is this?
We do. We greet you. This is Zev'xo, hailing from the Wicked Wallaby with some potential goods that we believe would interest you.
It's a long pause. Wicked Wallaby. Zev'xo, Wicked Wallaby. Oh, you're the small one.
We are, but we have rather large goods that we bring.
Could you elaborate on that a little bit? I mean, we have lots of business, and the last item you dropped by was certainly a bit of a firecracker.
Ah, yes. We are pleased that you found it as such. We bring something even more... We don't know how to elaborate on firecracker. How do we make that bigger? We bring you a gift, we bring you an exchange, we bring you goods that possess even more power than what we last brought.
This one's not attached to a cult, would it?
Oh, of course. Well, no, perhaps not. We don't believe so. But every good has its own attachment, as you well know. We are winking too. You know we know you can't see, but our eye socket has closed and reopened.
So, are you going to tell me more details, or...
Oh, of course not. We don't believe this connection is secure. We can only bring the goods to you in person. We merely wanted to give you a heads up and see if you were still as brave as we recall.
I want to roll here.
Yeah, let's do it. You got it.
This is difficulty 3. You did throw a fucking cult item onto them, which did not turn so hot for them. So So what would you like to roll here? Difficulty 3.
Do we believe that there is some deception involved? Because
I absolutely think you are lying out of your ass to try to sell this shit.
we are merely bending what the reality is. All right, difficulty 3. We worry a little.
Let's see.
No!
No!
Let's see what the the failure prompts have to say about that.
What is
Yes.
that option? Is that even applicable?
It could
Can we
be.
re-roll it? I hate this.
Yeah, sure, we can re-roll that. That's totally cool.
Yeah.
Let's try that again. You get hurt.
Yeah, I will accept that.
No thanks. And I think you hear the thing hang up.
All 10,000 of us gasp audibly. We've been rejected? This is twice now, and we will sit down. We kind of like separate a little bit, like out of our wallaby shape. We're feeling a little out of sorts, and we're gonna kind of quaver and waver in our physical self and our emotional self-worth. We think we will go to our quarters and lay around.
Just sulking.
Oh, sulking so hard.
Pirates it is. That's all I'm saying. We could take that detour
So
if Zev'xo wants.
yeah.
We
So
might-
where are you going? There's still basically you've got 3 options right now. You could go to Guanta, again say hi to the Order of Heroes, be what's up, and maybe cash in that favor that you have now.
Mm-hmm.
You could go to Keha, which you could try and hit up the collectorials anyways, or you also do remember that this is where you were asked to bring the teleportation pieces in the first place.
Was it?
Oh, was it?
I'm pretty sure it was.
The
unless
Wesh
I
Overkill.
missed
Wait,
my notes.
Are they on the pirate planet?
No, they are over on Keha.
They're
which
on
is-
Keha?
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty
damn.
fucking sure I.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I'm
doubting
sure
my
you're
own
right.
fucking
I'm
notes.
sure you're right.
We're just a
Yep,
little
yes,
spacey
I
at
was correct.
times. Okay.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh
We're
no.
gonna go to Keha.
So there's
should
that.
definitely go.
We're
and-
not going to the Order of Heroes to sell it to them?
I was just rejected. We
But
were
not-
just
not-
rejected.
Not by the Order of Heroes.
We don't face rejection very well, and we would like to take action against them.
Yep. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Who's on the communicators? We greet you, Valla.
Hello, Captain. I've not been thinking anything for days.
We commend you on. We don't know how to react, but we
Okay.
acknowledge your statement.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to inform you that we would like to go to Keha. We believe that this would be in our best interest. We set some promises recently to deliver the transporter goods to the Wesh Guild. We would like to do so in pieces, as well as sell the rest to other potential collectors, whether they want it or they don't.
What an interesting turn of events, Captain. You
We are glad you agree.
You sure, you don't want to maybe go deal with pirates? Pirates are super duper cool, or maybe the very well intentioned, but on tactics, Order of Heroes, good options there. Good options that aren't the Overguild.
We recognize all of your statements, but the collector has rejected us, and we would like to sell them a piece of our transporter and perhaps leave a gift that is an explosive in some of their areas.
Oh, okay. I could be down with this.
Ah, we knew you would. There is always that adventurous spark, which is why we wanted you on our crew so much. Between that and we simply found you two on a dock, but we won't worry about that.
Aye, Captain. I will put in a course for one of the planets. I can't remember which now. Keha? Yeah.
Keha.
Keha.
Correct.
True. Yes.
Yep.
So you set the coordinates, and
Yeah.
you do not see or hear Max, and yet there's a vibe of why that is happening. Yeah. And so you reroute just a little bit. There's not too much of a difference there for you. As you route to Keha, to where both the Collectorialist and Mr. Yartar Elston of the Wesh Over Guild hang out. And I think that's where we're going to end our episode for tonight.
Oh, good. Good. That's where I wanted to end it. Yay!
Yay! Very chill, casual episode when Max was a therapist.
Yeah.
Max
That
was
they
the
did
star.
Very good.
They are not programmed to be, but they were there, and they were helping. Hopefully. Let's go around and say hello to all of our wonderful people. Tell us who they are, where we can find them on the internet, any thoughts or feelings about today's episode. Let's start off with Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hello. I'm Sam. You can find me at Sam on Damiel. I do tarot readings, so DM me. We can find a time and talk about any questions you might have. And today, Vandal's gonna be so mad. Vandal's gonna be so mad. We had a good thing going. Vandal's gonna be very mad and might not go to game night.
You have to go to game night.
No, might not
You're
go to
our
game night.
face. You have to come to game night.
I might protest game night.
Wow.
We fail all of our social roles without you.
Then consider talking to me before changing our plans.
Wow.
I'm the captain!
Fail all your social roles without me there. I'm a cat. I'm a cat person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go be offended in my room. Gosh, favorite was absolutely the back-to-back Max visits where we both just talk about our feelings, but not to each other. Loved it. Love everything. This is a good episode. Yeah, at Sam on Damiel on Twitter.
Excellent.
Let's go over to B. Hello, B.
Oh, hey, what's up? My name is B. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda, where I post about podcasting, streaming, GMing, gaming, everything. Honestly, not everything, mostly just those things. And memes, lots of that. But heck, I love these kind of episodes. I really do. I mean, I was mostly just like here, like hand in chin, just watching the Vandil and Valla drama. Like, it was so beautiful. I needed more. So I absolutely live for that. And then just Zev'xo's goals, wonderful. You don't reject Zev'xo for a business offer.
Sometimes just petty.
They're so petty.
It's just powered by pettiness.
All 10,000 bugs. Except maybe one, the one that doesn't really have ears. They do their best, but they don't hear very well.
Good. And what about you, Jess?
Let's be preparing to talk about all the things I do. Sorry. Hi, I'm Jess. You can find me at go_JG in pretty much all the places online, on Twitch and Twitter. I stream a wide variety of video games. Lately, it's one extreme or the other, where they're doing extremely cute stuff, like with Spiritfarer and lots of Animal Crossing, bringing over the all the cute new fall stuff. And then we've been doing a lot of extremely spoopy stuff for like October. Chasing some ghosts with some other ghost hunters here in this stream, maybe. Getting murdered by ghosts with friends is always a good time. And then a lot of different tabletop role-playing games too. Fiasco, indie game spotlights. Sam is in our Heart campaign, which is ending promptly on Halloween Day.
Noise.
Is gonna be a heckin' good, yeah. And we have a big ol' Heart giveaway, like the entirety of the Heart Collection PDF bundle. We have a big old giveaway because Rowan Rook and Deckard has given that to us. Ooh. So really excited for that. So yeah, if you want to win out some cool stuff, come hang out with us for Halloween and just lots of cool stuff like that. So thanks so much. My favorite, God, I say the Valla being so smart and using the MI jack. But then Vandil taking it to that next level and knowing to place the rules and restrictions on what they said to Max.
Ooh.
Max had no concept of what boundaries exist here.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me.
I continue to just love the connection between Zev'xo and Wallahlah, because it's just so, like, they just get along because they have no reason not to. Like, yeah, they just...
Very different motivations, but they still somehow click, and I don't get it.
They're so different, but they kind of walk in the same direction, like...
I love it. Just alien things, you know?
Yeah.
Really. Alien things.
We bond on a origin level.
Yeah. So good. Thank you so much.
All right. Lauren, that just leaves you and me.
Yes. Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm the salty half of this channel. That's Salty Ginger over on Twitter. You can catch me here running our Pulp Cthulhu game on Saturday mornings from 9 to 11 Pacific. That's a lot of fun, and I'm also a player in our Witcher campaign, and obviously here. Otherwise, I am running my last few one-shots over on the Magpie Curated Play program. I've got one ticket left for a Bluebeard's Bride game coming up on the 14th, and then I'll do one more after that. So if you want to get some spooky horror in, let's do it.
Do it.
That's it from me. What about you, Key?
Yeah, y'all can find me over on Twitter at Kienna S. Best way to figure out I'm doing. On the internet doing sorts of things, but I'm mostly just here on Salty Games, obviously. Same shows. Saturday for Cthulhu, Sunday for Witcher, and here as the GM for this show. Before we wrap out, want to give another few shout-outs. Again, a shout-out to Roll20, our co-presenter for the show. We could not do this without them. They are amazing. Please go check them out, and go check out the Indie Spotlight as well, because we are part of their program. I think basically everyone here is sort of involved with that. So, like, we like them a lot. They're really great. They're great people. Of course, our other sponsors, please go check out Dice Envy and Glendon Coffee Co. We love their products, and we are so grateful to partner with them and be able to support them and have them support us. And again, please use their codes to check out their products and all that good stuff. Other thing, thank you everyone who showed up, donated, shared, whatever else. Really awesome. We appreciate you of being here. We're past the midpoint of our season, so we'll be getting into some interesting stuff over the next little while. So make sure to tune back in. If you ever missed an episode or want to rewatch one, we've got a YouTube channel, and actually for Against the Stars, we also upload over on the Roll20 YouTube channel. So please go subscribe to both at Salty Sweet Games and Roll20 on YouTube, so you can get those good VOD content. As well, please follow us over on Twitter. We just hit 1K.
Hey.
That's followers over there. That's fucking wild. Thank you very much. We do tweet when we go live, whether that's, for our regular series or for video games or one-shots or whatever cool stuff that we are up to. Best way to figure out the news over there. And of course, follow us on Twitch and all that good stuff. That's it for us. We'll be back live next week to see what goes down on K-Hub, because I'm sure that'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It'll be fine. Definitely no consequences there. None at all.
I've experienced none.
Yeah. Alright, bye everybody. Goodbye. Bye.